Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Bengaluru. Here we have in the round number 18, the final match day of the KSFA Super Division League. It cannot get bigger, it cannot get better than this. This is Kickstart FC taking on FC Bengaluru United, and we have a straight shootout, ladies and gentlemen, for the title, for the league title. 17 long games and no conclusion. Here we are in the 18th game. Only a victory will do for Bengaluru United, whereas for Kickstart, they have their fortune in their own hand. Avoiding defeat will get the job done. Can they do it? We know they have been on the edge of some heartbreaks recently. We know they have struggled in the past, but this time, with the first league title in touching distance, they will be raring to go. What an occasion this is, and what an endorsement for the league this is. So competitive, the number one taking on the number two in the final match day. It just cannot get any better than this. One final team photo there. The goalkeeper, Kabir Tawfiq, receiving some treatment. The photographers, it will be a memorable occasion for them as well. Clicking pictures of this team that could potentially be the champions. What a moment this is for everyone involved with the club. The skippers making their way to the referee. One final team hurdle. They have had so much practice, but this time, this game feels different for sure. Whatever they have heard it from the coaches, once the ball is kicked, everything will feel afresh. It is the responsibility of the players on the field to implement the tactics. Kickstart, especially heartbreak year on year. They've faced it multiple times. This time they're so close to glory, they cannot let it slip. Surely can they? Meanwhile, FC Bengaluru United, two-time champions, eyeing a third trophy. They will be confident of getting the result here as well. They need a victory, mind you, with so much on the line. For one final time, we are underway in Bengaluru, getting us away from the left to right of your screen, attacking in green and white stripes, a Kickstart FC. And attacking from right to left of your screen in All Red are Bengaluru United. Here's an early foray into the box, skipping away from challenges. And could you believe it? There is the first goal. There is the opener. Inside the opening 20 seconds. What a dream start for Kickstart FC. Well, how simple was that? A ball down the wing, and the winger brought his dancing shoes and scoring shoes. Well, if you're just settled into your seat, you've already missed the first goal. Kickstart FC. We barely started, and they are in the lead. Well, I think they can feel the title. One hand on the title. They have got this now. And for Bengaluru United, this is the worst possible start. They entered the game needing a victory, and now inside the opening minute, it's almost like they started the game 1-0 down. Disaster. Inside 60 seconds for Bengaluru United. How can they respond? Well, I'm pretty sure Bengaluru United didn't even get a touch of the ball. Such was the quick start, the electric start from Kickstart. Taking their name to the whole next level there, Kickstart. Well, how much of a shock is it to Bengaluru United? The coach, whatever game plans they've had, everything, I repeat, everything will be thrown, will be tossed outside the window now. They are in the helter-skelter mode right from the second minute. But the thing is, they have 88 minutes. Can they maintain some composure? Well, I for one haven't expected this start at all. This is incredible. Well, you think this is the time for Kickstart to start a party? I'm sure they would have learned from their past heartbreaks. Well, do not discredit them because they are very much capable of getting goals. They have scored 40, but the worst start possible in the final. It is Rakesh with the goal, the man on top of the scoring list, the man poised to win the golden boot at the end of the tournament, gets the biggest goal of his season, of his career even perhaps. We can see that. Srijit had no chance in Bengaluru United's goal, but Vidyananda now is standing over this free kick. Can he deliver a successful ball? There is the cross. Could be easily dealt by the defense. Now let me remind you, this is just the third goal that Bengaluru United have conceded throughout the tournament. And what a terrible time to concede your third. There might be another chance. And almost on the brink, on the verge of the second goal. Ridiculous this is from Kickstart. What a fantastic start they've had to the game. It's Boris on this occasion, coming so close to scoring. I think the players are rattled. Bengaluru United, they conceded even before they could get a measure of the ball. They're absolutely rattled by whatever is going on the pitch right now. They have a corner to defend right now. Heavy crowd on the edge of that 6-yard box, but the corner taken shortly, trying to outsmart the opposition. There goes the cross. Plenty of power. It cannot be revived at that far side. Well, the other day, Bengaluru United beat United Stars FC with an early goal from Ribau, but here they are the recipients of this early goal. Can they change the course of this game? Well, they have plenty of experience and plenty of connections to Kickstart. Their star striker, the number 10, Nikhil, started his career with Kickstart from Kickstart's academy. He will be tasked with scoring this equalizer for them. Trying to build out from the back slowly. Well, let me tell you the scenarios again so that it is clear, because we barely had time to breathe at the beginning of this game as Kickstart opened the scoring. So heading into this game, Kickstart started on top in first position with 45 points. They needed a draw or a win to lift their first ever league title. And Bengaluru United, who started the day in the second position, needed a victory to lift the title. Just inside 20 seconds, Kickstart flipped the script by scoring. They are the heavy favorites now, and that is a brilliant tackle to pinch away the ball. Hanan on the ball now. Tries to play an ambitious pass towards that left flank. Drew got there, just ahead of the defender. But he will not get the call in his favor though. Well, let me tell you, if you enter a game of this magnitude knowing that a draw is enough to get the result, teams often try to play for a draw, and that might just go against them because when you defend patiently for 90 minutes, a deflection, a mistake, a strike of extreme quality will be enough to break your hearts. So it's important to approach these kind of games with a winning attitude. And the attitude displayed by Kickstart put them 1-0 up. And now from this golden position, they just cannot think of playing for a draw. They should push on for a winner and seal the title as soon as possible there. Well, on the ball, it's all been Bengaluru United after that early goal. Trying to dance through tackles. Vidyananda on the ball now. Here is Ripao trying to change the flank towards the right wing. Hanan slowly spreads it towards Ajit, trying to drift infield, but he cannot get past the two men. What he will do is seek a safe pass towards Vidyananda. Wants the reverse pass on the right flank, but the crowd, look at the crowd, they're defending in numbers. Great composure from Ribov to keep going despite Slipping once or twice in there. And this tame cross has to be easily dealt with by the defense. A chance to sweep down the other side. Here is the skipper, Karthik. This was to the captain again. Well, what can you say about the captain, Karthik, of this team? Won the league last season with Agniputra as the captain and then came back to Kickstart, and now he's leading his side to their first ever league title as the skipper again. That's a great tackle. The player is down in some pain. The referee will finally halt the play to notice that. I don't think there was any ill intent in that. It was a coming together. That was certainly a coming together. The skipper Karthik leads his side to a first Santosh Trophy title in 50 years. Karnataka under his captaincy. Karnataka were the winners of the Santosh Trophy, and he has so much pedigree in the Super Division League, winning multiple league titles. And of them all, I think this one will satisfy him the most. Coming back to his boyhood club, helping them lift the trophy after breaking their hearts in opposition colors, of course, last season. Kabir Tofik standing on this goal kick. Well, have they resorted to time-wasting tactics inside the first half? There is Karthik winning the flick on for his side. And he does win a free kick as well. That was pressure from behind, perhaps an elbow to the back. He's reeling on the ground. Nikhil is the first to the scene. Of course, he has ties with Kickstart right from the academy days. Sending this free kick deep towards the opposition territory, but United can clear their lines with ease. Well, we need to see more of them in attack for a side that has scored 40 goals, averaging more than 2 a game. Things have been pretty grim. Well, let me remind you, against Students' Union as well, they were pretty miser in front of goal. Couple of sitters missed by Nikhil as well. They need to get going today. They need goals and more. Rebounds, deep cross into the box. The defender gets his head on it. Well, the final touch was off a red shirt, according to the referee, as he awards a goal kick. The front two, Rakesh and Boris, absolutely clinical for Kickstart. They have been getting the goals and how leading the charge from a front. You don't see 4-4-2 deployed frequently, even in 2025 as we are about to approach 2026. It is the old school 4-4-2 getting the results for them. And at the heart of it all is the skipper Karthik alongside Carlos. There is the two-man press. Not too much pressure either. The defense of Bengaluru United having plenty of time to pick the long balls. This one will fall kindly for him, but the defensive cover was just enough to lead him out wide. Great determination that is. It wouldn't have counted anyways as the referee raised his flag. Rebuff. A slow start is what separates Kickstart from Bengaluru United today. They were slow to react inside the opening 20 seconds, and now they are being made to pay a heavy price. They are chasing this game. You could see they're trying to go long from the back. They've abandoned the build-up play. They're just trying to pour everyone forward and send in a long ball towards the opposition box. This is not something that we have seen from them. They are known for patient build-up play, intricate passing. Something that looks like this. Here is Vidyananda, waits for support on the right. But alas, decides to shift the flank to the left. The skipper, Lal Rezwala. Well cut out in the middle of the pitch. And Kickstart will be happy to make counters like this count. It's almost a 2v6 as soon as Kickstart get the ball forward. They've only committed 2 strikers. And there are 2 banks of 4 defending. So it is pretty clear that they don't have any intention of scoring the second goal. But the thing is, how risky will this gamble be? Wins them a throw-in for now. The goalkeeper Srichit had to be alert. Gets there on time. Vidyananda sees no way forward. Staying in shape for now, compactly. That is how you defend the little space they saw. They're happy to close it, and the clearance is a bit weird because that is the kind of clearances we'd see in the 85th minute or so with any will-do attitude. Not what you expect to see from Kickstart. Ribav's cross, easily dealt with by Abiang Mane. And inside the box, there's an almighty touch tries to lay it off. Lijo on that occasion showing great hold-up play, but the pass won't sit right for him. Godwin. Holds for support. I think during this period of time, Kickstart might fancy a bit more of the ball. They've completely defended and played on the break. They will appreciate possession now a bit more as well. That was a heavy touch from Rakesh. Allows United to steal the ball. Can they fly forward quickly? That's a through ball well cut out by the defense. Great determination from Arvind to slide in and cut out that pass. That's loose there, given away by the skipper. Bishwas is happy to say thank you very much as the ball turns over towards the opposition. Godwin trying to outsmart the defender. Here is Dhruv. He's had plenty of assists. Can he deliver this time? The cross has too much height and power. As Kabir is happy to let it sail over his head. Bengaluru United, coached by Mohan Raj Nallappan, one of the esteemed figures in Indian football. The ex-Tamil Nadu Santosh Trophy squad member, represented India quite a number of times as well. With all of his experience, has brought them on the brink of this success. Booted clear as we enter the second quarter. For Bengaluru United in the crowd, we can see a lot of red shirts, the banners. Well, I think they expected the two-time champions to get the job done in a crunch game. Expected a clutch goal from someone, perhaps the likes of Nikhil, Lijo, delivering when it matters as they make it a third title. But we might have a new champion on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. Here is the free kick. With plenty of power, the defender loses track of the man, and that was a loose header from Nikhil. It was pretty much a free header, and he should have done better. He knows that. Kabir was rooted to the spot. There was no way he was going anywhere had that been on target. Bengaluru United squander a golden opportunity of equalizing there. Under pressure, but Dhruv does excellently. Can he get away from his man? Somehow gets the cross. Headed clear by the defender for a corner. Well, slowly, United turning up the heat. We know this side is capable of that and more. Well, these are the games we look forward to. Number 1 versus number 2 with title on the line. You expect great crosses, great shots, and even greater saves. This corner, another free header. Hopes to get another, and yes, says the referee. Nikhil this time. At least glad that he has won a corner. And we have a player down inside the box. Are the set pieces working? From the previous free kick, they went close, and this one as well. An outswinger. Satish Kumar using a man-to-man mark inside the box. Look how every red shirt is being closely marked. It will go towards the far post. Nikhil has a swipe at it, but the defense blocks it. Vidyanand has a chance to re-deliver it into the box. The skipper. Well, he's disappointed with something. Something has gone wrong there. I think it's an injury. Well, they're absolutely frustrated that they couldn't get on with the attack. I believe it is Rohit who is down. The referee is obliged to let the player resume with a drop ball. A bit of space on the right side. Did not fancy himself to take on the player there, as they look for safer passes. Unlike what I've seen from Dhruv on that left flank, they need to be bolder while taking on defenders. There is Dhruv taken down for a free kick. Unnecessary aggression from Kickstart, giving away cheap free kicks there. Well, when you're in a position of advantage, the last thing you want is silly fouls and silly cards here and there, especially in games of this magnitude. Now Ribov's cross, this time well repelled by the defense. He has another chance to keep it in, but somehow it gets stolen by the strike pair who are hunting down United's defense. That was a decent touch, but he couldn't take advantage of it. Look how tightly marked that area is, just ahead of the box. Not leaving free spaces or not leaving free men. I think that is the way to go. You do not mark spaces, you mark men. That was an ambitious cross which goes nowhere. That is what happens when you stick tight to your men. The opposition will be forced to play passes into spaces, and that is not often the easiest thing in the world to do. As the referee pauses the action for a brief moment, allowing the players to rehydrate themselves. What a start this has been. Kickstart, especially the golden boot winner to be Rakesh Singh, giving them the lead inside 20 seconds, dancing from the left flank before burying one past Srijit inside the opening 20 seconds. And afterwards, it has all been Bengaluru United trying to do the heavy lifting. We have no equalizer so far. But as things stand, they are losing the league on the final day to Kickstart FC. Can they turn the things around? Once again, the same trick is repeating. United on the ball with the captain looking for options. It is Drew who comes short, but the cross from him, I think he pictured it very differently in his mind. as Kabir Tawfiq dramatically falls down after inviting Nikhil into the box. That certainly will not go well with United. They're chasing the game, and the antics from the opposition will only be triggering to them. The captain's backward header, which was almost stolen by United as they get on the ball now. Trying to quickly close down the gaps, and they can only concede a free kick. Vidyananda here. Ajit. Lipov gently pushes it towards the right flank. There goes the cross. It's a good leap, but the defender probably had it covered already. At the moment, we're yet to see a sustained period of possession from Kickstart. They're losing the ball for fun. And United, can they capitalize on it? That's a poor spread across the face of the box. Biswas has no support, but he will keep going and even win a throw-in for his side. That's excellent dribbling from Biswas. Board is there trying to get away from pressure, with the ball evading him as well. Hanan, with the centre backs so wide apart. I think the biggest shame about United in this game is we haven't seen their game plan at all today. Knowing they needed a win, they could have come up with something different, but as soon as they conceded, it probably just went out of the window as they started the game in panic mode instead of sticking to the plan. So we are not seeing the usual build-up patterns, the passing plays at all. Hanan in a foot race with Rakesh. Rakesh almost wins it. Trying to thread it finely through the middle, the midfield. Just saw enough of the ball to pinch it away, and once again an inviting pass that was over the top. Headed clear by the skipper. Has he pulled something? Has some difficulty trying to get back to his feet. Might be the best chance for Kickstart. They've gotten the ball here. Probably keep it around there. Keep recirculating the ball. Just give enough time for the defenders to play some passes. Skipper Karthik seeks the reverse pass. Does not come his way. Abian. That was poor from Godwin. He just had to control the ball. Was in dreamland. Probably thinking of the title lift. Forgetting that there is 10 minutes in the first half plus the entirety of the second half to play for. Abian with a well-timed challenge. He got there, won the ball, and made sure he drove out with it to win a throw-in for his side. Trying to showcase his strength, wins a free kick there. And this is a decent position, you could say, to weapon across from the left wing. And almost 2-0. That was another free header. Kickstart finding free bodies from that set piece. I think they'll be motivated to win more corners and free kicks. Yes, Kickstart are playing a deeper defensive line, but you have to credit them for pushing out just at the right moment. They're not getting pinned back constantly. Whatever build-up is happening from United, that is happening on the halfway line instead of 10 yards deeper. Nikhil was interested in it for a lot of time, but the goalkeeper Kabir made sure he got there. His dropkick almost fine, falling kindly for Boris, who certainly appreciates that. I think he could have gone for the pass instead of applauding the effort. Expertly won there by Arvind. Steps out at the right minute. As soon as he saw a bit of the ball, jumped onto him, but unfortunately his side concedes a free kick. Bengaluru United, and what I remember, yet to register a shot on target and test Kabir seriously. Yes, there have been a few loose balls and crosses for him to claim, but he was never threatened. Chance creation in and around the box has been poor. Just a set piece that saw a promising header. Nothing apart from that. I think from this position, they have to do better. It's Bidyananda simply trying to hook the ball into the box. Well, instead of committing so many men into the box, they could try breaking the defense down with clever little 1-2s. Slip throughs in behind. Nikhil tries to get on the end of it, but the defense marshals him away. Kickstart not interested in taking that fast break. They will play slowly. Decent 1-2 to get away from pressure. Here is Arvind. Throw in on the right flank. Fair contact there. The ball well kept in by Godwin. Beg your pardon, Boris that was. But it will end with a goal kick as we enter the final 5 minutes of the first half. Well, a corner, says the referee. This set piece, probably not his best, being cleared by the first man. Captain Karthik has taken better ones, he certainly knows that. Keeping it alive for Arvind to cross. The defense just gets enough pressure, and the follow-up shot, he was off balance, he was falling away. It was never going to threaten the goalkeeper. They've taken it short and quick. But in reality, United are under pressure now. Giving the defender a tight chase before winning a throw in there. I think Kickstart will be very happy given how the first half has gone. They've got an early goal, the first tick mark on their agenda, and they are taking this lead towards the break. But a second insurance goal will probably end this clash in the title race. But Vidyananda has a chance to change that, but unfortunately cannot get on the end of that reverse. Here is a break in development for Kickstart. Needs a right pass towards that left flank. Look at that. The players disappointed. Rakesh and Boris, well, they have combined for so many goals, but on that occasion, you could feel the friction. All Rakesh wanted was a pass into his feet on the space on the left wing. Boris overhits it. Utter disappointment for Kickstart. These are the kind of half chances that could make a huge difference. From the edge of the box, that must be an easy save, and the goalkeeper gets paid his money for. We've seen it plenty of times. Vidyananda in the center of the pitch, under no pressure, tries to get the chip in, but it's simply not working for him. Perhaps take a step or two towards the goal and then use a different option instead of forcing the same thing multiple times. Dhruv tries to win the header. He manages to get a deflection from the opposition. Rebounds chance to cross the ball now. Kickstart happy to deal with it. I think the way the game has gone, they're developing a strong immunity to crossing, comfortably dealing with multiple crosses. That was a crunchy slide tackle to prevent Dhruv from finding his stride. Exchanging passes on the right wing. Right. Hanan. I think the centre backs can be a bit bolder than that when they see spaces. They can try driving down the middle, but here is a 2v4. Rakesh gets away from pressure, but the angle is against him. That is Boris. Support arriving in Biswas. Biswas towards the edge of the box. The skipper, a half-hearted attempt. Easily cleared there. Spread down the wing for Biswas. Look at his pace. Look at him go. Pass tackles 1 and 2. Just holding as we approach 5 minutes of added time. A couple of injury stoppages. Game of this magnitude, this is a huge chance for Bengaluru United. If they could at least draw level. They have a free kick now. Well, no shot on target in regulation time in first half. Can they grab something in the added time at the least? Chips it towards the box. Expected someone to get on the end of it. It is going to be nothing but a goal kick. Well, a yellow card to the goalkeeper for time wasting in the first half. I think he was not interested in getting the ball back for a restart. That was all the referee needed. Kabir Tawfiq. Well, let me remind you, we have the entirety of the second half to go. A second yellow for time wasting is pretty much possible. So can Kickstart truly afford such a risk? Well, his point of defense was he was waiting for the centre back to get the ball. A slip, a rare slip, an unfortunate slip. Gives the ball to Karthik as his side loses it recklessly. Can United capitalize? Nikhil holds the ball well, but his pass will not find its way to Dhruv. He does win a free kick, gets held from behind, and this is a dangerous position for United. A huge chance now, probably has to be this or nothing for them in the first half. An equalizer now will completely change the mood of this game. Bengaluru United will leave the half with a lot of momentum in their stride. Ripav has a chance to create something from this free kick. Can he wave his magical right foot once today? Kickstart's defense has been pretty solid against crosses. They will be determined to get this one away to safety as well. Here is Ripav's free kick. Decent curl on it. The header not quite on target. Needed something special. With a kind of curl, the ball was behind him. He tried to bend outwards and fetch it towards goal. That was never going in. And even if it was on target, it could have been an easy save for Kabir Tawfiq. Well, mind you, he's on a yellow. Does the same thing. Instead, he fetches the ball for his centre back to take that goal kick. Plenty of height and distance on it. Flick towards the opposition half. A loose ball. Rakesh will fetch it. The man with the golden touch. Well, unfortunately slips and concedes a free kick to United as we enter the 5th minute of the added time. Perhaps one last attack is what the referee is thinking. Tries to find Vidyananda. He has been the heart of that build-up. And yet again, the long pass doesn't yield them anything as Dhruv's header goes straight to the opposition. And as we all know, anywhere could do is the thing that works for them. And Kickstart FC of 45 minutes from clinching their status as the champions of the KSFA Super Division League. Rakesh Singh's super early goal inside 20 seconds puts them in a position of great comfort. They entered the game knowing a win or draw would do, but took the lead inside the opening 20 seconds, further solidifying their stance. Bengaluru United had the worst possible start. They were rattled. The game plan was all shaky as we failed to see a shot on target from the side in second place. They need a miracle. They need a victory. What will happen? We will find out on the other side. It is Kickstart 1, Bengaluru United 0. Welcome back to second half action. One last 45 minutes for these sides to test their fate. See the support for Bengaluru United, the club with 2 titles to their name, the club with experience of playing in I-League 3 and I-League 2. But let me remind you, there is a spot in the I-League 3 for the 26-27 season on offer here for the champions of the Karnataka State Federation Super Division League. So this is going to be a crucial 45 minutes ahead. Final team talk will be crucial. Kickstart, they know the task on their hand. They just have to avoid defeat. They will be in the promised land, the fourth time of asking. Meanwhile, for Bengaluru United, they need to score 2 without a reply. You can see they are ready to go, they are raring to go. And we're underway in the second half. Attacking from left to right of your screen, chasing the game and the title desperately are Bengaluru United. And attacking from right to left of your screen, hoping to avoid defeat and lift the league title, are Kickstart FC. An early free kick for Kickstart. Not the best start they had in mind. Well, inside the opening 20 seconds of the first half, we already had a goal, but this time past the 1 minute mark. That could be said as a success for United, but they would not love to hear that. Ribaba on the ball. Trying to move better. Here's Lijo. And that's a shot from distance. Will not harm any goalkeeper. Now inside the box, the defense under pressure stands firm there. Needed to head it to his keeper back there, and Srijit was alert enough to the threat. Tried to play it down the line. The ball appeared to have gone out of play, but it still faces the referee. As Rakesh twists and turns with the defender, can he have a shot on target? It was a decent one, but he lost his footing. Cross slapped across the face of the goal. The goalkeeper, I thought there was no need for him to come out, but somehow the ball will not fall kindly for Rakesh. United looking a bit susceptible at the back. He unleashes. That was a great save, but the rebound risk is still there. Srijit recovering well on time. That was a fierce strike from Godwin. Just had a bit of space and thought he could go for goal himself. Well, United simply cannot allow these kind of breaks to happen as they try to pour more and more bodies forward. Gaps will appear, and that was Kickstart's plan all along, to defend patiently in the first half and in the second half to punch back with all their might after soaking in enough pressure. Ripav and Bidyananda, the midfield pivot, has to be creative enough. They're not creating enough chances for their forwards at the moment. Godwin patiently plays in Carlos, but who surrenders possession neatly, and Godwin is there yet again to save the day. Great work rate this is. As soon as they lose the ball, they're not relaxing. They're giving everything to make sure that they win the ball back. Trying to pierce it through the middle. Carlos now spreads it towards the right. Down the wing. Boris gets there, seeks support. It's Bishwas who can only poke it towards the goalkeeper. Well, Kickstart doing all the attacking early in the second half. I think this is the period where a goal could potentially kill off the contest and the title race. Whoever scores next will have a much brighter future. If it comes from Bengaluru United, they will be bouncing with joy to grab the winner. But if Kickstart do manage to score the next goal, it is curtains in the title race. We can as well declare them as the champions with time remaining. Nikhil leans into the defender, somehow keeps the ball in play. But look at the application. Look at the industry from Boris. Knocks it with his head and then arrives to waste as much time as possible for his side. Once again through the middle, Nikhil's isolator, but as soon as the ball was straying away towards the edge of the box, he saw Kabir rushing. And that only means one thing. When Kabir sweeps, he makes sure that he gets the job done. Ibyang Mane, despite his desperation, unable to shake the ball off, but luckily it is just a goal kick, says the referee. Could have been a corner so easily. Ibyang unable to make some good contact there. Tries to knock it and get the ball himself, does all the good work. Godwin finally gives the ball away. Tiny gap appearing, but the defender doing enough to make sure that there is no dangerous opening there. Well, it's the same stale combination. When will Mohan Raj Nalapan turn to his bench? Things are not working 10 minutes into the second half. Bengaluru United yet to create a meaningful opportunity. On the break, Kickstart conversely have been so better. But this cross could cause some problems, but that goes straight down the throat of Kabir. Shot from outside that is well blocked, and look at the distance that was on the block. And Rakesh tries to win the ball excellently. I think he'll be gutted if that is a free kick. And there are the changes. Long overdue. Ribav leaving the field. It was pretty stale. Riba was the difference maker in the previous game, but this game he was not having it at all. He was not feeling it at all. It is Chunsaba Bariam on. And this free kick, the header, will be an easy save for Srijit. Not to worry too much. Shunsaba and Junain on for Bengaluru United. On the turn, gets the cross in, kept alive at the far post. The cutback is defended well. Going down the line, had to get the ball away, and it did not work in his favor. Here is Junain with fresh legs and immediately gets a free kick. That's going to be a booking as well. Is this the injection of pace United need heading into the contest, heading into the final 30 minutes of the contest? And of course, a yellow to the attacking team as well. Nikit gets in the firing line. He wanted more and talks his way into the book. Here is the free kick from Chunsaba. Keeps the ball alive. Ajit carefully judging for his options. Will only find Vidyananda. His ball playing has been disappointing today as well. Chance for the substitute to make his mark. Headed away from goal, but his teammate cannot attack that as well. I believe Chinsaba got a free roll today. Look at him drop so deep into his own box, into his own half, beg your pardon. And with his beaming energy, he switches the play towards the left. Niket, he is becoming the attacking fulcrum of this side. Sends another cross, headed towards the goal. And I think Nikhil just lost bearings of the ball for a second. That was such a clever header back towards the goal. Great link-up play all of a sudden. Well, the attacking position amounts to nothing as Bengaluru United failed to get even a shot on target. skipper Karthik. I think it'll be history for the same captain to win back-to-back titles with different teams. Agniputra FC in the previous season, now this. Godwin's pass, well cut out by Hanan. He was at the right place at the right time. Nikhil forced to make defender shifts. The striker is very frustrated for not getting the service he deserves. This pass towards the right flank is well cut out. Try to dance around the defenders, loses his footing, but lucky. Nikhil playing in a deeper role now. Here is Junaid. Twisting and turning, but the defender, Abiang Mane, does not lose his footing and he wins a free kick. Brilliant determination there from Abiang. I think the substitutes are having a very good effect for United. They're direct, they're more of energy, they're full of energy. They're causing some headaches to Kickstart for sure, but the thing is, can there be something tangible at the end of it? Hanan in the back line. Running out of time, approaching the final quarter of the game. Bengaluru United, they're seeing their dreams slip right in front of their eyes. This is a very dull performance, even in the penultimate game. They scored only one. The blip towards the end of the season will not go down well at all. They lost to Sporting Club Bengaluru, conceded the second goal in that 1-0 loss, and then managed to win by only one goal against United Stars. And on the final match day, such a disappointing performance so far. There has been promises, there has been individual glimpses, but as a team, of late, the late loss in form will cost them dearly. Kickstart have two players down on the ground, but let me tell you, with so much on the line, might just be a part of running the clock down. Fantastic crowd gathering there. And the number of red shirts surely lets us know what their allegiance is towards. But it is the team green winning now. Two more substitutions. Lijo and Bidyananda withdrawn as well. It's both the pivot that has gone out. Ribao and Bidyananda, both of them. Certainly been very disappointing for them in the middle of the pitch. Unable to convert all that possession into something threatening. It is in the hands of Chabungbam, Linky, and Romario in the middle of the field now. Can they have another positive effect? I've utilized the four substitutions. Meanwhile, let me remind you, into the final quarter, Kickstart haven't even turned to their bench once. And it's going perfect. The coach is feeling why to change, and this might be a drop ball as the ball strikes the referee. That's a heavy touch. That's the last thing they needed, Hanan. But luckily, there is Chunsaba on the ball with a cross. Nikhil, the angle against him, but somehow managed to keep the ball in. There goes the follow-up cross. Crucial intervention from Rohit that Hanan pushing higher and forward. Here is Junaid. Has a couple of red shirts to aim for in the box, but decides to go to the byline himself. Crossed, evades everyone, but from the left wing, another cross in. The defense helter-skelter defending, a chance to go for goal. Nicket's effort taken away. Well, we are entering the crisis mode. It is every red shirt pouring forward now as we approach the final 20 minutes of the game. It's going to be so fast-paced. Kickstart had to start defending for their lives. Chunsaba. Niket out wide. The defender, Abiang Mane, take a bow. That's a brilliant tackle. Great anticipation from him. And even has the skill set to fire a pass down. Rakesh, hopeful of winning a free kick. I think he was stepped on. That should have been a free kick. He had a heel. He had a shoe on his heel there, but it does not amount to anything. Bengaluru United will restart the play with a throw-in. You could see the disappointment from Satish Kumar and Sharavana Tharman. The coaching staff of Kickstart absolutely livid with refereeing there. You can understand the emotions boiling over as we approach the final period of this game. Niket, a lot involved on the right side now. Hanan hoists it towards the box. Subramanian with a towering header, allowing time for his defense to reset. This aerial domination will do them a lot of good going forward. How about that for a take? And he spreads it to Junaid. He has been a menace. Gets past 1 and 2 and forces a great save from Kabir at his near post. He had to get a hand on that. No time to breathe for the defense. As Chunsaba delivers another cross in. The header this time must be easy. And the goalkeeper goes down in a very minimal contact. I think that is silly given he's already on a yellow card, trying to simulate something. You could see that Nikhil was going for the ball fairly. I think he's just over dramatizing it. Look at the flock of supporters on a Thursday evening to cheer their favorite side. Just because the goalkeepers are a protected species, Kabir is getting away with that. Because any other outfield player with such a blatant simulation, especially on a yellow card, will be bound to punishment. A developing situation on the left for United. Once again, the early cross. There is absolutely no need to be crossing from that range when they have skilled enough players to make it to the byline and then deliver some threatening low crosses. Godwin had eyes on the ball. Make sure that he gets a clean tackle. Chunsaba, no way past the defense. He has been a menace since coming on. You probably ask the question, why didn't Mohan Raj Nalapan start with this? They have far greater intent in the second half than whatever they had in the first. And now it falls kindly for him, the shot. And there is the equalizer. There is it. It's Linky, the super sub, who has gotten one back. And at the brink of the cooling break, is this the spark that's needed to change the trajectory of this game? That was so close to being a superb equalizer. It looked like the ball burst into the roof of the net from that angle, but Linky's shot has certainly gone above and beyond. As players take a final cooling break, do not go anywhere. The drama, the nerves, it's on top of everything. Final 15 minutes, this is what you expect from a game that pretty much decides the title. This is a virtual finale in a great cup competition kind of feeling that we've got here. And that was a warning sign. If there was any sign that Kickstart needed to wake up and to defend far better, that was that. That is the substitutes of Bengaluru United tearing them apart without scoring. That was a warning sign. I think United will be hopeful that the warning gets converted into something tangible. They deserve a goal today for everything that they have done, especially in the second half, for that greater intent, for the super subs causing that kind of impact. Make sure that he wins the throw-in by shielding the player. Biswas on the left now. No hurry, no urgency. Abyang will take all the time in the world to get the ball away from this throw-in. They will happily take it. The defender had no option but to head it out. At least there's the zone for a mega throw-in, but no, they will keep it short and sweet. Heading for the corner flag in the 77th minute. Well, not the best idea in the world, I'd say. Look at the number of red shirts. Look at the number of red shirts trying to shove the players out of frustration. Well, they're certainly playing a risky game. And it's yellow for Abyang. For time wasting, certainly. The management is hopeful that this tactic works out, because if there is an equalizer, it will blow up right in their faces. United win the ball, turn it on the other side now. Nikhil, great hold-up play. His hold-up play has been very good, trying to bring the other forwards into play. How about that for a tackle from Rohit? Steps forward, but the referee notices something wrong with it as he awards a free kick to United. Ajit has Dhruv on the left. Sends across from deep. The goalkeeper must be, and it is his ball. Kabir Tawfiq made a great save just moments earlier from a Junaid shot. And this time the call goes in Kickstart's favor. More substitutions, the final one of the day. That's it. The last, literally the last roll of the die. They do not have anything apart from this to offer. If this does not work out, Bengaluru United are dead in the water. It's Dettol on the field. Needing medical attention. I'm pretty sure that whatever time they're trying to run down the clock will be added in the form of injury time. Not the best tactic in the world if it is truly a tactical injury break that they're taking. Kickstart to slow down the momentum of United. Now more bodies pouring forward. The defender slips, giving him a chance towards goal, but the shot was just terrible. Off target, off balance, and no sort of connection with the ball there at the right moment. Chunsaba dancing in front of the box, but he is chased. He is heckled towards his own defense. Now a rare break for Kickstart. Can they close the contest for once and for all? That's well laid off towards that right wing. Here is Godwin. He will not have much support. He has to wait. He has to bide time. This is the stage where they consolidate. They keep numbers in midfield and in the back line. Rakesh Singh from outside the box goes down, and under pressure, it is a free kick for Kickstart and a glorious opportunity for the set piece masters to close the contest now. The free kick is straight at the goalkeeper. Should have been better, but Srijit will happily take it. Now look at the player. Look at the skipper, Lalezwala, wanting the ball, demanding the ball from his goalkeeper. Tries to find Linky there. That's a superb clearance. Look how deep Rakesh is playing. That's the kind of effort he's likely to put. And the flag does go down, doesn't it? Yes, it does go up. I think he was in dreamland for a minute, thinking about the space he was about to get. But the referee quickly brings him back to reality. Headed towards the right wing. Junain, the unfortunate deflection. He claims a corner. He does get a corner there. He has been a live wire since coming on. But to what end? Without the equalizer, Bengaluru United running out of time, and the league title, the dream, dissipating in front of their own eyes. And let me remind you, Kickstart FC are 5 minutes plus added time from becoming the first time champions of the Super Division League. 3 times of heartbreak, 3 runner-ups, and the hurt from the previous season, the wounds from the previous season still fresh. They will be tended if they manage to get the job done today. Chunsaba towards the left for Dhruv. And the goalkeeper, Kabir Tofik, the solid man in goal who has conceded only 8 throughout the tournament, will gladly gobble that up. United deep in their own half. That is not where they want to be right now. Hanan moving the line forward. Here is this keeper, Lal Renzwala. Hanan towards the left. Drew does keep it in. And he does stay in. Ajit moving inwards. That's a decent touch from Linky. Trying to skip past players and find Nickel inside the box. Appeals for a handball, but the referee waves them away. Mohan Raj Nalapan absolutely frustrated with the player sitting on the ground there, asking for referee's attention. It is all going down. The complaints, look at the complaints. They're not happy that it's an injury. And they absolutely want the defender to go out of the pitch if treatment is needed. And it is a stretcher because the referee is not happy either. They want the player to leave the pitch if they're not able to carry on. Well, the drama here late on. Do we have a late goal here? All the fans intrigued, waiting to find out what will unfold in the final few minutes. Hung into the box. The goalkeeper drops it, but luckily his defense is there to sweep it up. Kabir, that could have been a costly mistake for his side. And slowly, Kickstart are getting pinned into their own half. This comes as a much needed relief and a breather for them. Absolutely gifted possession on that occasion. Janan is not happy that the opposition is slowing it down. Aibyang is already on a yellow. Hanan with the run unmarked sends the cross towards the far post. There are a couple of red shirts. And can Nikhil strike there? Just a heavy first touch. Look at the great energy. Look at the determination to win the ball. And down the other side, Boris giving his everything to win the ball for his side. And they will win a throw-in. This is the time. This is the switch now. Hitting the changes at the right moment. So nervous that the manager doesn't even fancy making changes to even waste time. Final minute of normal time. Kickstart FC are almost there. Is it party time? Well, for a side that has conceded only 8, do you see them conceding 2 in the next, let's say, 5 or 6 minutes? The players know, the coaches know, it's a matter of keeping their calm. Looks like the injuries eating up the last couple of minutes of normal time. Add them to however minutes of injury time you're going to get. Might be a huge chunk. We might be looking somewhere around 8 to 10 minutes. There is still hope. There is still chance for United. But do you really think a side that is rarely tested, Kabir, will be able to put 2 past him as we enter the added time? How much is it? Is the big question. Perhaps they're just waiting for this as they hit the changes. Hanan has no time to waste, and as expected, here we are into 10 minutes of added time. Still plenty of time for things to go down here. What do we have in the script for us? Chip towards the box, everyone leaving it for Kabir. That was a loud and strong shout from the goalkeeper. That is the sort of command you need in the box. Well, that is a lucky break, but the referee probably saw a raised foot. And now look at that. They are just falling like they're just dropping like flies to the ground. Boris withdrawn for Magesh Selva. And the stretcher once again rushing onto the field. Well, I'm pretty sure the more they're trying to delay, the more the concentration levels will drop heading into injury time. It's better to get the job done here because they are in a comfortable position. Yes, it will hamper the momentum of the opposition, but it will also add a greater strain to your defense, keeping them in the game for so long. And I believe that will be Boris's last contribution to the game as he heads towards the sidelines. Probably leave the pitch from that part of the pitch as Magesh enters the fray. The deep free kick cleared with ease. Hooked into the box. That's a great leap. But the contact was not there. And the defender got something on the end of it as well. It is going to be a corner kick. And in swinger, no time to waste for United. Can they get level here? That's a solid delivery towards the far post, but the defense makes sure they get it away. Once again, this is not the best delivery in the world. And you could see the frustration. Rakesh wanted the pass towards him. Well, after his early goal, he was barely a member of this game. He had to press to win the ball back, but he was not getting any sort of service. He has done his duty. His only other job today was to help his side defend the lead. And for a striker of his quality, it is always frustrating Mohan Rajnalapan well out of his technical area. And once again, it looks like he might just kick someone on the way as Kickstart has a player down. The coach wins a yellow card. He was constantly pacing out of the technical area. Trying to play through the middle. And tempers flaring. Both sets of players going for each other. The referee has to be the coolest man in the house. Well. To no one's shock, it is Kabir Tawfiq making the claim there. The ball doing its job on the earlier free kick. Here is Chunsaba from deep in his own half. Towards the left, Dhruv. Look at the number of green shirts ready to hunt him down. And that is a solid tackle. They will concede a corner, but they will not care. They are confident enough to defend it at the moment. 97th minute and counting. Here is the in-swinger from Nikhil. That curled away too much. Mohan Raj urging his side. Helps their cause in a quick restart. The ex-India international who played for the club is coaching the club he loves. Put them on the brink of a title win, but they are collapsing at the final stage. This cross, the defender had to get it clear. Godwin cannot get the right tackle, but this cross headed downwards. And could you believe it? Kabir Tawfiq at this scene again. What a save that is. At full stretch, made sure the ball bounced just a yard in front of him. But the goalkeeper so confidently catching it safely. What a keeper he is. And look how nonchalant he was by the way he saved it. It was just another Monday for him. Surely now, Bengaluru United don't have the time for a second goal, which pretty much seals the league title. Kickstart FC can be confident, but they do not want to take any risks. Well, let me tell the scenario for you one more time. Kickstart just needs to avoid defeat in this game. A win or draw will give them the title. And Bengaluru United, only a win will give them the title. In 1 versus 2 on the final match day, a script writer's dream, another header that's well saved by Kabir. And he has injured himself in the process. This one looks very real and looks very serious. 100th minute, and the keeper is still making saves like that. It's corner for Bengaluru United. Do not expect sympathy from them. They're all about business now. It looks like Kabir is all right. It's now on ever Chunsaba. Probably the goal they get now might just be a consolation. An early goal from Rakesh Singh settling the affair. Here is Chunsaba's corner. Headed away on the edge of the box, but he cannot keep it with him as Kickstart break with purpose. Ajit saves the day. That's a rash tackle. Advantage played. Hanan's cross. That could be a free kick, but kept in play. And it's a throw-in for Kickstart, but that is it. 20th November 2025, ladies and gentlemen, a red-letter day in the history of Kickstart FC, crowned as the champions of KSFA Super Division League for the first time in their history. Years of hurt, last year's pains and injuries all faded away as Kickstart lift the title for the first time in the 25-26 season. Deserved champions, 18 games played, 15 victories, 3 draws, and without a defeat, they are invincible champions of the Super Division League. 43 goals scored, 8 goals conceded. They have won it all. What a season this has been. And the champions can party long and hard into the night. And it is heartbreak for 2-time champions Bengaluru United, who have chased Kickstart incessantly from the start of the season. But towards the end, they lost form. And that became heavy for them as just their second defeat of the season. And let me remind you, 3 goals conceded throughout the tournament. See them finish second to Kickstart. What a tournament this has been. What a season this has been for these sides. So fine margins, deciding the game in either way. But it is Kickstart. It is that man, Rakesh Singh, who has been the sharpshooter for them, who has been the gunman for them. Winner of the Golden Boot, winner of the league title. And a word about that man, Karthik Govindswamy, the skipper of Kickstart, who won the league title with Agniputra as captain and then moved to his boyhood side and helps them lift their first ever league title. It is the staff, it is the cameraman, it is the coaches joining the celebration, joining the party for Kickstart. The coach Satish Kumar and Sharavana Dharnan. What an occasion this is for them. Their tactics, their perseverance paying off. And it is selfie time as the players capture these moments, which will be with them for a lifetime. And let me remind you, they will now represent Karnataka in the I-League 3 26-27 season. Look at that, the cameraman capturing the moments that will stay forever in the hearts. And the players are delighted with the support they have received. More and more pouring and joining in the celebrations. What a wonderful occasion this has been. And it is so poetic that it is Rakesh's goal that has settled it. as Kickstart crown themselves as champions with a 1-0 victory over Bengaluru United. We bring the action to a close and we get more action to you very soon.